Hello everybody. I would like to hope everybody is safe and healthy. All of us at Gym-Kinetics are looking forward for your return, but while you're away, we want to help you stay fit, active, and prepared for your return to practice. If you haven't seen, Coach Victor has been posting conditioning workouts on Instagram, and you can find them at Gym-Kinetics_team. We'll also be posting this flexibility workout on Facebook, and hopefully we're going to be able to get this all of you, the video to all of you on email also. What we'll need for today's workout is either a jump rope, a broomstick or something similar to a broomstick, a couch cushion if mom and dad allow you guys to do that. If you don't have a jump rope, we could use a t-shirt. It's just something that we're going to be holding on to. And painter's tape, so we can make some straight lines that we have right now located on the floor that's going to help us with our stretching. If you don't have painter's tape, you could use 2 jump ropes or anything else that'll make 2 straight lines. So today we have a couple of our team members helping us out, Emma and Katie. They're going to be helping us with this stretching video, and we like to make sure that everybody is doing it just like we're announcing it here. So we're trying to get everything very correct. So for all of you who are a little bit challenged with flexibility, this is a perfect time to fix those issues. In the sport of gymnastics, flexibility is crucial for your continued development, and it will aid in leaps and jumps on floor and beam, along with it'll also help prevent some injuries down the road. The more flexible we are, the less injury prone that we're going to be also. I would like to think that being that we're sending this out to all of our team kids, this flexibility, for those of you who aren't extremely flexible, we'll be able to see you when you come back that we have fixed some of those problems. This program could and should be done at least twice a day. If you do it twice a day, we're probably going to be able to see much better results versus just doing it once. You could do it up to 3 to 5 times a day if you want. The more you do it, the quicker you're going to get flexible. So the first thing I want to do is review each one of the stretches that we'll be doing so you understand, and moms and dads, you'll understand too, exactly what we're looking for in the gym. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have Emma and Katie sit down in the pike stretch. And we're going to start with your hands up, nice and tall next to your ears, and your chest is going to go down, and your hands are going to reach past your feet. You guys go down and hold. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Okay, Katie has a very good flat back right here. That's good. Okay, Emma's getting her chest down, but you can see her back is a little bit rounded. So we need to work a little bit more on this flexibility, not just in her hamstrings, but in her back overall, so we could get that back a little flatter while we're doing it. Okay, relax, girls. We're going to do a semi-small or semi-large straddle, not real big. And we're going to do the same thing as far as a pancake stretch. Arms are going to go up, and we're going to show the middle first. We want to go down, and Katie's getting her chest down very well, so is Emma. So this is something to look at. Both of these stretches are done very well. The one thing we do want to try to see is we want to try to see that these knees are pointing straight to the ceiling. Katie's pretty good right there. Emma could use just a little bit of work here, but those aren't bad. Those are actually really pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to go back up, and we're just going to show the right side. Go to the right. Chest is down very good. Back is flat. See how her back is turned all the way? We want to make sure that this is turned so it's here like this. Her shoulders are square. Okay, girls, relax with that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the right leg split. All the way out. All the way out. Okay, so we see that their legs are in between the lines that we have put out. We We want to make sure that these shoulders are square, okay? And the hips are square and arms are in opposition. When we're doing the splits, mom and dad, if you'd like, or if you have another sibling in the house, her shoulders are pretty square. We could be a little bit turned the other way. Right here, now we're square. Okay, that's good. If we look at Katie's hips, this is what we need a little work on, and most everybody on our team is going to need work. If we put this on her hips, see how it's not pointing straight? The reason for that is because we're not getting this back foot turned over quite enough. So that's a part of the flexibility that we really, really need to work hard on, is to be getting the pinky toe touching the floor behind. Okay? Once we get that pinky toe touching the floor behind, the hips are going to straighten out a little bit. Okay, girls, relax. And the other thing we're going to show right now is just the proper way to see how a bridge works. So you guys can both bridge up. We want the feet together and the legs straight. We're looking, which Emma has very good bridge flexibility. Her shoulders are directly over her hands. Could even push out a little bit more. Katie is exceptional with this. We have very good shoulder flexibility here. This is exactly what we're looking for. So if you're struggling with that, girls, come on down. If you're struggling with that a little bit, that's what we want to look for. We'll show a little bit further about the bridge flexibility as we go through our program. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a whole stretching program. You guys can grab your ropes. You'll be able to see what we're going to be doing with the jump rope and or t-shirt. We're giving you two different options. Actually, we're not there yet, are we? No, we have to do our arm circles first. So we're going to start did that. Okay, one thing we didn't get to, I'm sorry, we're going to review the middle split. Girls, get it between the two lines. And show us your middle split. As we have our two lines here, and they're only about 6 inches apart max, we'll see that toes are pointed, knees are fairly turned up. They could be turned up a little bit more. And her hips need to go forward just a little bit more. Now we have the whole body in between the lines. As you can see, Katie is going to work on this program at home, and when she gets back to regular practice, being that she's going to work on this 2 or 3 times a day, you will see Katie's splits all the way down, correct? All right. You can see Katie's knees are not pointing to the ceiling, so when we're doing leaps and jumps, that creates a few issues with how the jumps are performed. Okay, relax. Okay, now we'll stand up and we're ready to get our flexibility program rolling. We're going to have you put your broomstick, your jump ropes, or your t-shirts off to the side. We're going to start with some just some warm-up so we get our shoulders warmed up a little bit, and this will help with upper body flexibility also. So we're going to do arm circles forward first for 10 reps, and ladies, begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, and backwards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, now we're going to crisscross.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, good. Now we're going to go in a small straddle, and we're going to do our windmills. Ready, ladies? And count for 20.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay. When we're doing the arm circles and the windmills and stuff, don't be in a hurry to do them. Make sure you're going all the way to where your flexibility allows you to go. Okay, it's not a race. It's something that should be done aggressively, but not hastily. Okay, girls, you guys should grab your t-shirt and your rope. We're going to sit down and we're going to start with your pike stretch. Basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to start with your arms over your head. We're going to reach over your feet with the rope or your t-shirt or your broomstick for 10 repetitions. After 10, number 11, you're going to go down and hold, and we're going to hold each one. We have a clock here. We're going to hold for 40 seconds. At home, we want you guys to be holding for a minute to a minute 30. For time constraints here, we're going to just do 40 seconds, and then we'll move on to the next one. So ladies, hands up. Now we're keeping the arms next to the ears the whole time. Katie, you have your hands just a little closer. Okay, we only want the hands wide enough to where they can get past your feet. Okay, and begin for 10 reps. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And number 11 stays down. And hold it for 40. We'll start the clock here. When we're doing this, you want to make sure that we're not really quick on this. We want to get all the way to the up position so those arms are well over your head and your upper body is vertical. Okay? Again, it's not a race. We want to do it technically correct. So we got about 15 more seconds on the hold. Okay, ladies, good job. Now we're going to go to a small straddle, or I shouldn't say small, not a real big straddle, okay? Both of these straddles are fine. We're going to do the same thing that we did in the pike stretch, except we're going to do it to right, left, and then middle, okay? Girls, hands up. Remember, we want to try to get your t-shirt or your rope over your foot. If you're not, we have to be stretching as far as you can to get it there so we can get better flexibility going with you guys. Okay, you guys begin on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Katie all the way up, 10, and one more, and hold it over your foot. Okay, remember, we want to make sure that those backs are flat. Okay, we're trying to get the chest down to the knee, not just your face. Okay, so don't worry if your forehead gets down there, that's great, but ultimately we want to make sure that the chest is down to your knee. Okay, we got about 10 seconds left, ladies. Okay, and up, and we're going to go to the left now, and ready, go. 1, 2, all the way up, 3, all the way up, and 4, 5, 6, reach past that foot, 7, 8, 9, 10, and last one down and hold. Okay, we got 40 seconds to hold on that one. After this one, we're going to go ahead and go to the middle. We're going to do the same thing with the middle. Remember, at home we want to be doing this for at least a minute to a minute 30 for each stretch. Okay, girls, hands back up. We're going to go to the middle this time. And ready, and 1, all the way down, all the way back up on the return, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep the arms by the ears, 9, and 10. Good. And last one down and hold. Try to get the chest to the ground. Remember, on this one, that we want to make sure, on all of them actually, we want to make sure on the up that the arms stay by the ears the whole time. That's going to give us maximum stretch. If we're breaking our shoulder angle, it's not going to give us the maximum stretch. Okay, we got about 10 more seconds. Okay, girls, relax just for a second. You can sit up. We're going to stay in the same concept here, except we're going to do right. We're going to go up, middle, up, to the left, back up, and we're going to repeat it. We're going to do 5 reps throughout this stretch, and then at the end, we're going to go ahead and pancake down, back to the chest again, and we're going to hold that for another 40 seconds. Got that, ladies? Okay, so we're really trying to keep the arms by the ears the entire time. Okay, Katie, loud and proud, I want you to go ahead and count it out. Ready, and go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And chest down and hold. Okay, now if you guys noticed on this video when they were doing it, obviously Katie's at a much higher level right now than Emma is. Emma's going to be there pretty soon. You'll see that Katie's a little bit stronger and was able to keep her arms by her ears a little bit more efficiently. So for you younger guys, you could slow it down just a little bit, making sure that those arms stay up by your ears. That's going to help that flexibility, plus it'll help a little bit with shoulder strength. Okay, ladies, relax. We could go ahead and put your t-shirts and ropes out to the side. We'll go ahead and get in between our lines for middle split. First, we're going to do what I call a half split. Back leg's going to be bent, front leg's going to be straight. We want to make sure that you guys are really, really concentrating, or moms and dads, if you're watching and helping out a little bit, that these hips are staying square. Okay? It's very important that we try to keep that aligned with the hips and also the shoulders. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to reach forward as far as you can and return to the correct position for 10 reps. So we could actually reach forward and slide while we're doing it, and then back up. Reach forward and slide, and then back up. We'll do that for 10 reps. Katie, go ahead, count it out.
1,
And back up.
2,
Remember, it's not a race.
3,
We want to make sure we get the correct positions each time.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, now we're going to go on the down and hold it just for 10 seconds. Go ahead, down and hold. Okay, on this one, we should really, really be feeling the stretch in the hamstring. Okay, this front leg should be working hard. If you don't feel anything, if you're not uncomfortable while we're stretching, that means you're not working hard enough. So you should feel that. You could even feel it in the butt a little bit if you're doing it all out. Okay, ladies, now we're going to slide out all the way into your split, keeping everything aligned. And as we said before, we're trying to look for this pinky toe in the back to be all the way turned under. She has her arms in good opposition. Her shoulders are square. Katie is doing the same. Both girls could work on that back leg just a little bit, getting that foot turned over. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to reach forward so our hands go all the way past our feet, back up to opposition again, and back down for 10. On number 11, we're going to keep the chest down and hold for a 10 count. Are we ready? Katie, count it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You notice both of the girls are really reaching out in front of their foot real well.
7,
hold on number 11 for a 10 count. Moms and dads, if you're working with your kids at home, be very, very adamant about doing the stretches correctly and not just going through them. We want to see correct positions so when the kids do come back, we're not trying to fix some issues because of lack of focus on correct positioning. Okay, girls, relax. We're going to go ahead and switch your legs and we're going to repeat on the left side. Okay, so we're going to have that bent leg first. Shoulders are going to be nice and tall. Katie, count it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All the way up, Emma. All the way up.
9, 10.
And on number 11, we hold it down there. Really, really work on feeling that hamstring and your glute getting stretched out. That butt muscle needs to get stretched just as much. We're holding that for about a 10 count. Okay, now we'll slide it all the way out, ladies. Okay, I think this might not be Katie's good leg. We want to make sure that those legs stay within the lines. Okay, now we're going to start the same thing again. Katie, count it out.
1,
Back to opposition every time.
3,
Make sure that those shoulders are square and straight. Don't be leaning to one
5,
side. There you go.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hold. 10-second hold right here. Okay, moms and dads, we see that right now both of their feet are in pretty good shape. Their toes are pointed. That's also important. If we're not pointing here, we're not getting any flexibility work on the foot right here. Okay, we don't want to be lazy there. We want to make sure that that foot is constantly pointed. The more we're thinking about pointed feet, straight legs, the less we have to think about it while we're doing our skills. Okay, ladies, relax. We're going to go ahead and face this way, and we're going to get into the middle split. We're going to notice that we're in between our lines. Okay, as we showed earlier, we want to make sure that this split stays in between the lines. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our We're going to start with our right arm up, and then we're going to alternate hands. So we're going to go right, left, and we're going to count that out for a 10 count. Okay, we're counting each hand as one. Okay, so let's get that right hand up first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And now we're going to go ahead and drop the chest down to the floor. Okay, we're keeping our hips and our feet in between the lines, and we're going to hold this here for a 40 count, but remember at home we're doing this for a minimum of 1 minute up to a minute and a half, or longer if you'd like. Okay, this particular stretch we want to do 2 times. So for time constraints, we're going to go ahead, we're going to go back up, ladies. We're going to do it one more time. Okay, right arm up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And chest back down. Okay, now we don't want to get out of the middle split when we do these 2 repetitions. Okay, we want to keep that stretch going the entire time. The longer we hold the stretches, the better our muscles are going to adhere to that flexibility. Okay, so ladies, relax. Everybody at home, you guys could go ahead, if your mom and dad allowed, to get those couch cushions out. And We're going to place the couch cushions right by our line so we stay in alignment. And we're going to get that right foot up, and we're going to repeat pretty much the same process we did with the splits on a level surface.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You'll notice they're doing a very good job at getting their hands back to opposition and their shoulders square. And we're going to hold for that 10 count. Okay, really think about making those back little toes touch the ground while we're doing this without leaning to one side or the other. We want to make sure that we're staying even on both sides, so we're not leaning more to the left or more to the right when we're doing either one of the right or left leg splits. Okay, girls, relax. Let's go to the left side. Make sure you guys are in alignment. We are staying between the lines. Shoulders are nice and tall to start. And Katie, ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And hold number 11. Okay, ladies, good job. So we have some extra credit that you could do that we're not going to go through wholeheartedly during this video, but we're going to put both feet up in the pike. So we're at a raised level with your feet. We're going to have our hands over our head, and we'll do this. We would do the same thing that we did with the pike stretch. So if you want to do a little extra credit, do a little extra work, go down and back up. You guys could go ahead and do that same thing for the pike stretch. Then we could do the same thing for the pancake stretch, right, left, and middle. And then we could go ahead and do the right back up, center back down, back up to the left. So we go around again just like that, like we did in the beginning of this video. We could also do that in an overstretched position, which I highly encourage, especially for those who are a little bit more inflexible. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to our bridges. We showed you what we want to see in the bridge. What we're going to do is we're going to bridge up. We're going to hold that bridge for about 15 seconds or so. Then we're going to ask you to lift the right leg up, and we're going to try to keep that right leg straight for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then we're going to come down and relax for a couple seconds, go back up, and we're going to do the same thing for the left foot, okay? So, can we show this on here? Okay, so, go ahead and do your bridge. Okay, we want to look for a couple different things when we're doing our bridge, making sure that these fingers are pointed towards your heels. Okay, if you want to do it against the wall at home, that's great, but you can see how Emma's chest, her armpits, and her hands are all on the mat. Okay, this is proper flexibility right here. If you're not able to do that, you want to make sure you try to walk your feet in just a little bit more, so you could push that over into the mat or into the wall. Come on down, Emma. That's what the proper bridge should look like to its ultimate. Okay, you can see a little bit of that lower back curvature in there, and that's what we're looking for. So let's go ahead, ladies, get up in the bridge. Want your feet together and legs straight immediately. Okay, we got nice straight legs here. We want to make sure that those shoulders are directly over your hands. Katie is actually a little hyper flexible here, which is really good. That's going to help her down the road on the bars. Tighten those knees up a little bit. Okay, so we've been up for about 10 or 15 seconds now. We're going to lift the right leg up. And we're keeping a pointed foot and a straight leg. Katie's able to go a little bit higher, I think. Okay, nice tight feet. This is what we want to see. We're gonna hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, ladies, relax back down. Relax, relax, all the way down. Okay, we're gonna give just a couple seconds. We're gonna go back up and do the left leg again. I encourage that you guys repeat this probably about 5 or 6 times on each side. That's gonna help the flexibility get better a little bit quicker. Okay, if we're ready, we're gonna go ahead and push back up again, making sure that we're in a good position. Feet together immediately. Shoulders are directly over the hands, fingers are pointed towards the heels, very good. And lift the left leg up. We're keeping it nice and straight. Katie seems to be a little bit stronger on this side, so is Emma. Having a little problem with that leg being all the way straight, not too bad. Okay, so we're holding that 5 or 10 seconds, and come on down. Very good. Okay guys, that pretty much concludes today's flexibility lesson. We hope that everybody can get this done on a daily basis. Okay, the more that we're gonna be able to do this flexibility, the quicker we're gonna get to our goals of being in correct flexibility positions, which, as I said earlier, that's gonna help your leaps and jumps on floor and beam. Also with the flexibility, we're gonna be able to eliminate some injury things down the road. Okay, less flexible people tend to get injured a little bit more. I thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you get your job done at home with the flexibility. We hope everybody is healthy and safe at home, and we hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you.